Hi, this is Dr. K. Satyanarayan Reddy, and I have 30 years of experience in teaching computer science and engineering subjects. And currently, I am presenting the subject data communications. Please view it, subscribe it, and
C,
share it in large
the
numbers.
SCO link and ACL link. So as I was telling that there are two types of link that can be created between primary and secondary. One is called a SCO link and one is called ACL link. The full form of SCO link is a synchronous connection oriented. So synchronous connection oriented SCO is used when you want to avoid latency. Right. So delay is what I meant to say. Delay, should not be there. And what is more important is integrity. That is error-free delivery. I want to make the delivery error-free. So in a SCO link, a physical link, what I meant to say is created between primary and secondary by reserving specific slots at regular intervals. So that means, suppose primary and station secondary number 3 slot, what I meant to say, say 2 slot 4 is reserved when primary wants to communicate with secondary 3, and for secondary 3 slot 1 slot 3 are reserved, kind of thing. So this is what is 2 slots, one for each direction. And whenever a packet is damaged, since it is synchronous connection oriented, this thing communication. So here, if the packet is damaged, you got the idea. It is never retransmitted. What I mean to say in this, SCO is used for real-time audio, sending real-time audio data, avoiding delay. You got the idea. So delay is, should be avoided. And data, error-free data communication is not that important in SCO link, right? So secondary can create up to three SCO links with the primary. You got the idea. For sending digitized audio, pulse code modulation, 64 kbps in each link, right? Now ACL link is nothing but asynchronous connectionless link. It is used when data integrity. That means the data should not be going in error. Data should be error free always. When this is important, and latency is not that important, delay is not that important. In that case, this ACL link is used. Asynchronous connectionless link is used. In this type of link, payload is encapsulated in the frame. If it is corrupted, then it has to be retransmitted in this mechanism. So a secondary returns an ACL frame, asynchronous connectionless link frame in the available odd number of slots. There the slots were reserved in SCO. But here the slots are not reserved, but in odd number slots, a secondary will send ACL frame, right? So ACL can use 1, 3 or more slots and achieve maximum data rate of 721 kbps, right? So this is what is there. Now we shall see the frame format of what I meant to say, baseband layer. Baseband layer supports 3 types of frame formats. One is called 1 slot, 3 slot, and 5 slot, right? And a time slot, as I have told you earlier, it comprises of 625 microseconds, right? And then 1 slot frame exchanges, you got the idea, 259 microsecond is needed for hopping and control mechanism, right? So basically, one slot frame can last only how much? So out of 625 microsecond, only 259 microseconds are used. Only 259 9 microseconds are used. Remaining 366 microsecond, that means 625 microsecond minus 259 microsecond, that is 366 microsecond. It will be, nothing can be done in there. So with a 1 megahertz bandwidth, and we can send 1 bit per hertz. So 1 bit per hertz means 10 to the power 6 bits can be sent in 1 megahertz. The size of one slot frame is 366 bits. This is what is there. In 3 slot frame occupies 3 slots. Now 3 slots is nothing but, since 259 microsecond is used for hopping, the length of the frame is 3 into 625 minus 259. You got the idea? So 3 slot means, since each time slot is 625 microseconds, so 3 slot frame, time second is nothing but 3 into 625. But since communication happens only for 259 microseconds, so I have I can send 1616 microsecond. That means per microsecond I can send 1 bit. So 1616 bits can be sent at a time, right? So a device that uses 3 slot frames remains in the same hop for 3 slots. You got the idea? Same carrier frequency, basically same carrier frequency for 3 time slots. Now, even though only 1 hop number is used, 3 hop numbers are consumed. So which means that hop number for each frame is equal to the first slot of the frame. So 5 slot frame also uses 259 bits for hopping, right? Which means 5 slots means 5 into 625 minus 259 if you remain take, so you can send a maximum of, you can transmit 2866 bits. You can transmit these many bits. So this is, the next slide will show the format for 3 frames. So here it is, access code is 72 bits and header is 54 bits, and 0 to n bits is the payload or data. So header, these 54 bits comprises of 3 bits of address, 4 bits of type, and single 1 bit is FAS, we will see. And HEC is header error control is 8 bits. So total 8 plus 3, 11 plus 4, 15 plus 3, 18. And there will be 3 such, header slots. So 18 into 3 is 54. So I'll have 3 such, what I meant to say, slots. So 240 for slot, first slot frame, 1490 for third slot frame, and n is equal to 2740 for 5 slot frame. So this is the, what I meant to say, frame which is there, and this header is comprising of 54 bits. So it will have 3 such, parts. So total 18 bits plus 18 bits plus 18 bits. So total 54 bits will be there, and header will comprise of 3 such parts, right? So now we will see the description of each field. Access code, which we have seen, access code was 72 bits, right? Access code was 72 bits. Field normally contains synchronization bits. For if primary is communicating with the secondary, so secondary has to synchronize its clock time for receiving the bits with the primary. So this access code is nothing but 72 bits, or 9 bytes is basically used as synchronization bits. So the identifier of the primary to distinguish the frame from one piconet, with the other piconet access code. So header will have a 54-bit field and repeated 18-bit pattern. And 18-bit pattern we have seen. What is 18-bit pattern? So address 3 bits and 4 bits of type, and FAS bits 111 and HEC 8 bits. So like this, 18 bits. These are 18 bits taken together. Such 3 repetitions will be there. So a first 18 bits, second 18 bits, and third 18 bits. It will have total 250, 54 bits. Total 54 bits, right? So this address field, address is nothing but 3-bit address. So subfield can be defined up to 3 bits, means I can define up to 0 to 7. What I'm meant to say, sorry, 7 secondaries from starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This requires 7 secondaries can be recognized as 001, 010, 011, like that, and last secondary will be 111. If the address is 0, it is used as broadcast communication from primary to all secondary. So if the address is 000, these 3 bit are 000. So in that case, primary is sending a frame which will be communicated to all the secondaries. Now there is one type field. So we have seen in the frame, we had seen something called as type field here after the address. So what is this type field? So basically type field is nothing but 4-bit, which defines a type of data coming from upper layer. So now we had F bit. F is a single bit if it is enabled. So if it is enabled, it indicates that if the F bit is 1, it indicates that flow control is, will be there. Flow control will be there, right? So the device is unable to receive more frames, if its buffer is full, right? So the receiving device buffer is full. In that case, it indicates that a device is unable to receive. So flow control has been exercised. A. So again, this is the length of A field, A subfield is equal to 1. It is nothing but acknowledgement Bluetooth. Uses stop and wait ARQ. 1 bit is sufficient for sending acknowledgement. You got the idea? Then you have another, subfield called as small s, which holds a sequence number. So sequence number for the frame. So Bluetooth uses stop and wait ARQ. 1 bit is sufficient for sequence numbering. And header error correction. HEC stands for header error correction subfield, which is nothing but a checksum to detect errors in 18-bit header section. So the header has 3 identical 18-bit sections. The receiver will compare these 3 sections bit by bit. If each of the corresponding bits is same, the bit is accepted. If not, then majority of opinion rules. That means majority means if 2 18-bit sections are exactly the same, so one 18-bit section which is having errors is discarded. This is a kind of flow forward error correction for header only. And this is double error control. This is needed because of the nature of communication, because Bluetooth devices will communicate through air, right? And payload, as I said, this subfield can carry from 0 bits to maximum of 2740 bits. So it can contain, the payload can contain data, or it can contain what I mean to say, control information that are arriving from upper layers, Now we shall see the bottommost layer, which is the radio layer. So we have seen in Bluetooth, what I meant to say, this architecture, that physical radio layer was there, above that baseband layer was there, above that L2 cap layer was there. So radio layer happens to be the bottommost layer, which is very similar to physical layer of the internet model, right? So Bluetooth devices are, low power devices and having range of somewhere around 10 meters, somewhere around 10 meters. So band that supports, Bluetooth uses 2.4 gigahertz of ISM band. The meaning of the word ISM is something called as industry, then scientific and medicine band. So can be used for this particular band is allocated to industries or scientific purposes or for medical use purposes. And basically this entire 2.4 gigahertz is divided into 79 channels, each of, you got the idea, 1 megahertz. So I can say here that I have what I'm saying, total 2.4 gigahertz. This is 2.4 gigahertz, right, is the channel bandwidth, right? So I will have 79 channels. So this is channel 1, 72, channel 3, and so on. I will have, 79 channels, and each channel is of 1 megahertz. You got the idea? 1 megahertz is one channel, right? So each channel is of 1 megahertz. So this is 1 megahertz, this is 1 megahertz, this is 1 megahertz, and so on, 79, 1 megahertz. So this is there, that is what you have to remember. Then it uses, Bluetooth uses frequency hopping spread spectrum, which is called FHSS method in the physical layer to avoid interference from other devices or other networks. So Bluetooth hops 1600 times per second. So Bluetooth will always hop for 16 times per second, which means that each device will change its modulation frequency 1600 times. That means they will be using 1600 frequencies in each hop. You got the idea? So per second, 1600 frequencies are changed. So device uses a frequency only for 625 microsecond, right? So that is 1 divided by 1600 of a second before it hops to another frequency. So this 625, because it remains at a frequency of 625 microsecond, you got the idea, out of 1600 times, this particular 625 microsecond is called as dwell time for which a device remains in the same frequency. So the device remains in the frequency 625 microsecond. For this dwell time, it will remain in the same frequency. After that, it will jump to next frequency. After that. So after every 625 microsecond, it will jump to next, what I mean to say, frequency. So the modulation is working something like this. So to transform the bits to a signal, Bluetooth uses, sophisticated version of frequency shift keying called as GFSK. So GFSK, you will have a carrier frequency. Bit 1 is represented by a frequency deviation above the carrier. I'll explain this with example. And bit 0 is represented by a frequency deviation below the carrier. You got the idea? So here the frequencies are in megahertz, defined according to the formula. FC, frequency of the channel, is 2402 plus n megahertz, where n can be between 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, up to 78. So total 79 channels. You got the idea? So first channel uses the carrier frequency, say n is equal to 0. If I take n is equal to 0, so it uses frequency 2402 because n is equal to 0. So the second channel uses the carrier frequency when n is equal to 1. So 2403. Third will use 2404 where n is equal to 2. We got the idea where n is equal to 2. So total, band is available is 2.403 gigahertz.